everyone, my name is Cheryl and this is Pinay Abroad. Today, I'm pretty much making a video response to a video that Rachel and June made, which are things you can do in America that you cannot do in Japan. So I'm pretty much doing a Filipino equivalent of that video. Well, there are many things that can be discussed in this this topic, but I'm going to cite some of the more usual and common things that Filipinos should observe while they're here in the US. I'm a Filipino. I came from the Philippines. I grew up in the Philippines. Sorry about that. And the thing is, there are many things we Filipinos do in the Philippines that I believe just because maybe it's a little more lax there when it comes to certain rules, but we are catching up. And I'm happy to say that many of the cities in the Philippines are catching up to many of the greener, cleaner standards that other countries like the US are observing. So if you're a Filipino, I'm just giving you a heads up of what things you should observe here that you cannot do in the Philippines. Or you can things that you should observe here that you still do in the Philippines. Number 1, observe recycling and separation of garbage. Pretty much here, many places still observe that. I would believe that it's pretty much obvious and maybe even safe to say that maybe at least 90% of all the places you will go to observe this. So much so to the point that most hotels have 2 separate bins for recycling and your garbage. As early as you step out into an airport, the airport will have designated places for recycling trash and paper or glass. So yeah. In the Philippines, at least where I live and all that, we still don't observe it. But here in the US, we do. Number 2, clean up after yourself. In the Philippines, pretty much after especially even if you're just eating in an eatery, a family eatery, a carinderia, a fast food restaurant, after you're done, you pretty much just get up and go. And, the staff or the crew will clean up after you. Here in the US, no. You have to, after you're done, especially if you're going to a fast food or like some sort of a food court or something that will not warrant you to sit down and be served by a waiter, you will have to clean up after yourself. So basically, after you're done eating, you go to the trash can, put all the trash in there, and put your tray back on the tray compartment, which is usually located above the trash. So yeah. Number 3, buy things in smaller portions that you cannot buy here. Many things in the Philippines come in smaller packaging or sachets, or we can buy it in smaller quantities in our local families, mom and pop stores, the corner vegetable seller and whatnot, and fish vendors and maybe meat vendors and whatnot in our neighborhoods, which still exists a lot in the Philippines. Here in the US, most of the time you will be buying from a grocery. Let's just say there would be farmers market, which would give you a lot of leeway of how much you can just buy, but many of the things in the groceries you will have to buy in bulk. You don't have sachet size shampoos, conditioners, and whatnot. You just pretty much single-use shampoos and conditioners and whatnot. When it comes to cooking, many of the ingredients stuff comes in bigger quantities than what you usually need. So, for example, me, if I cook chop suey, and I would easily cook up something good for 6 people just because I only need 3, enough for 3 people. I can easily cook 6 because I can't really buy the ingredients in smaller quantities here than it is back home. because of, the corner stores. Just a heads up. So, number 4, littering. I'm ashamed to say this, and I know you Filipinos know this. My fellow kababayans know this. I would like to believe that many don't do this, but a lot of people still do. People litter in the Philippines, and there's always a lot of garbage at the side of the road. And it's a reality that we really need to face. It's there, but it also helps that you're not a part of it. But here in the US, if you actually litter and someone actually caught you, a police officer or maybe a community service representative, volunteer, or whatnot, you will get a fine. So yeah, don't litter here. Especially, you shouldn't be littering in the first place. So yeah. Number 5, smoking. In the Philippines, there are still many, many, many places that pretty much allow you to smoke, even inside the restaurants. And they're, hotels and restaurants. Hotels and maybe motels and whatnot. Here in the US, it's safe to say that almost all hotels, restaurants, and all that will observe the no smoking policy unless there's a designated room for smokers or a designated area outside an establishment. You shouldn't smoke just anywhere. Well, people smoke along the streets when they walk and all that, sure. But if you're, staying close to a building or whatnot, please do not smoke anywhere. It would be safer to smoke if you just ask the security personnel, the front desk staff, or the restaurant staff, and ask where it would be okay to smoke, because you cannot smoke just anywhere, or else you'll get kicked out or fined, at worst. So yeah, just don't smoke just anywhere. Number 6, you have to swipe your own card. That may put off my Filipino friends out there that don't know about this, but here you swipe your own card. In the Philippines, we are more pampered, I guess, that even the grocery, the department stores, and restaurants usually they swipe your cards for you. Here in the US, don't be surprised if a regular grocery, the usual grocery or fast food restaurants will just, there's a swiper right in front of you, the customer service counter, and just swipe your cards yourself. That's one more thing. It's not really a big thing, but something that you should expect when you check out or buy something. Also, in groceries here, we have self-checkout counters. That means you can just check out yourself on that counter. There would be a video link below for Rachel and Jude's video, where Rachel pretty much showed her checking out in a US self-checkout counter. So yeah, that will give you an idea what will happen. The counters are pretty much rigged with what do you call this? Oh my gosh. Pretty much rigged to measure the weight of your purchase, and a barcode reader, so you must pretty much weigh and then put in the code for what item it is, and that's it. Check out the video below, and if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and hope you find it helpful. And if you have any comments, clarifications, I know there are places in the city in the Philippines that observe recycling, so if your city observes recycling and separating garbage in the Philippines, do let me know. I would like to hear about that. And yes, the Philippines is on its way on a cleaner, greener Philippines, so I'm very happy about that. And we're slowly getting there, but we're taking steps to get there, which is the important thing. So if you have clarifications, suggestions, and pretty much comments about the video, please put it on the comment box below. And thank you very much for watching. And mabuhay!